Today we're going to be covering the split squat with some cues and tips to improve your technique, along with some progressions and regressions as well. First off, you're going to grab the dumbbells, or if you're just body weight, stand up in the split position with your front leg, which is going to be the working leg in front of you. What you're going to see here is I'm actually going to drive my front knee and hip forward to come all the way down while actually keeping my torso pretty upright. The second option right here you're going to see is where instead of driving my front knee forward, I'm kind of just dropping my back knee down. This option will just work your back quad a little bit more and your front quad a little bit less than in the first option. You'll also see that the knee angle on the front leg is going to be smaller and not be taken to the same length. This option here, where I'm actually driving the knee forward, is actually going to take that front quad to a greater length and probably going to be better for training the front quad. If you take a look at the angle between my front shin and thigh, you'll see that I train that quad at a greater length. If you need to regress the movement, you can actually grab something to keep you supported as you come down. In this case, I'm using kind of a rack, and I'm going to hold onto it tight while I do the same technique and press into it more as I start to get stuck. Another technique you can use to progress this movement, or make it a little bit easier if you have limited ankle range of motion, is to elevate your heels, as I've done so here with a little bit of a heel wedge. I have my foot on an angle, and it's allowing me to drive my knee a little bit more forward. If you don't have this fancy wedge, you can also just use a small 10-pound plate, as you see me do here. Lastly, another progression you can use is to elevate your front foot completely. Since the back knee is going to be the limiting factor in how deep you can get, this technique will allow you to get a larger range of motion, which you can see by my knee angle, where basically my entire hamstring is sitting on my calf, so I'm in full knee flexion and hip flexion almost. And now I'm just going to demonstrate some reps with a couple of those progressions and kind of re-go over what we're going to be looking for here. Once again, my torso is upright and I'm driving my front knee and hip forward as far as I can while my foot stays planted on the floor. You'll see this with the heel elevation, which again, you'll see allows me to get a little bit more knee flexion, particularly because I don't have great ankles. And if this applies to you, this is a great alternative strategy you can use to get that full range of motion. The last progression here again is going to be the actual full foot elevation, which is going to allow you to get a deeper range because it's going to take longer for your back knee to touch the floor. Hope this helps, and cheers.